This is February. Yes, you heard me right. February 17th, 2025 on Rebel Report. I'm your host, Andrew Stroud. And first thing I'd like to say is I am sorry. I am sorry that I haven't recorded in literally like 3 weeks, like almost a month in time. I haven't recorded since UNLV lost to New Mexico by 2 points at home, January 25th. Yes, it is February 17th. It's almost been a month. UNLV has played 6 games since, so I have to go over all 6 of those games, which are kind of sad. But and I have to talk about other things that if you're a Rebel fan, you might like or you might not care about. That's why I'll leave it last, which is about Kings of Vegas, which I was expecting to watch almost a year ago. It still hasn't come out, and I'm mad about it. But anyways, let's get to the uh, first thing, which is the 6 games that I have missed recording, and I'm sorry about it. I'll just go through a little bit of the detail about it, what my perspective was of the game and my reaction to it. So first off, this is after New Mexico. We lost that heartbreaker. This is another heartbreaking loss. This was January 29th. We played at Utah State, lost by 5 by a score of 76-71, dropped us to 11-10 on the season, and jumped Utah State to 19-2 overall. And it wasn't looking good early in the first half. I think they were up by 13 points in like the first 5-10 minutes of the game. I think 10 minutes sounds a little more reasonable. But it did not look good. It looked like, yeah, we were just typical rebels, as far as trying to beat Utah State. Obviously, we beat Utah State earlier in the season, when they were in the Thomas and Mack. However, it looked like Utah State, they just wanted to get revenge on us. I remember since like the first 3 minutes of the game, Jaden Henley made an air ball, and pardon me, the stupid and horrible student section. They're not horrible. They're a great student section. I'll give them that. I'll give them that credit. Whenever Jaden Henley got the ball, they would be screaming, air ball, air ball, air ball. Only when Henley would get the ball. And I remember, I think it was Julian Rishwain. He shut him up with a three, and they still kept on saying air ball to Henley because he didn't make a shot. And then he went off. When you look at the player stats with Henley, he had 16 points. I'll tell you what, though, I think at least 12 or 13 of them were from the second half because he was doing horrible in the first half. But he stepped up. DJ, he had 22 points, yet he missed another. I think he missed two free throws in a row, or it could have been a bonus. I don't remember, but that could have like tied the game because we were down by like 10 to 15 points, and we suddenly came all the way back, and we didn't come all the way back. Like we were down by like 4, and then the Utah State Aggies, they would increase their lead to like 7, and then maybe 9, and then we climbed back to like 3, and then it was like an accordion. That was like how the scoreboard went. Um, how the entire game went. It was just an accordion the entire time. But I don't think we ever took a lead in the entire game. Especially later in the game, we did not. And we had our chances, we just could not win the game. And that's how you find find a way that's how you find a way to lose. The winning teams find ways to win, the losing teams find ways to lose. and we were a losing team, especially uh, against Utah State. Oh, look at that. We were playing Reno. Um, we lost by 6. We played at Nevada. That jumped them 12 and 10 on the season. That dropped us to 11 and 11, 500 on the season. And once again, it was a close game in the second half. The first half, Nevada had basically the advantage the entire time, almost basically for the first half. The second half, we once again we just found ways to climb back. I think we went up at one point in the game, um, but then Nevada just it just I don't even like thinking about this kind of stuff. The Boise State game, they went to Thomas and Mack. We lost, of course. We lost to them by 9 points. That jumped the Broncos to 16 and 7 on the season. That jumped them to 16 and 7 on the season. That dropped us to 11 and 12. We lost 5 straight games with Wyoming, New Mexico, Utah State, Nevada, and Boise State. Boise State was February 4th. Then we beat Wyoming by 11 points. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is why I didn't really record anything. I did not really watch this game. And, I looked a little bit. I looked at like, I checked my phone, just checked the scores. And we were leading the entire game, basically. It wasn't really close, basically at all. It was kind of close, but it wasn't as close, or it wasn't. It was closer. Sorry, jeez. It was closer than us against Air Force, and that seems like it was a revenge game for people like DJ Thomas and other people that were there from last year. I guess you could say, I don't know, Isaiah Cottrell. Trying to think of other players that were there. I guess Rob Whaley, but he's injured. Um, but season, if you don't know, or if you don't remember, Air Force beat us. They were literally last place team last year. They're last place this year as well. But Air Force beat us at home by a crazy amount. I don't remember the exact amount. It was like 30 or 40 points they beat us by. It was ridiculous. And it was just one of those where it was just one of those losses where you don't expect you lose to one of those teams. But if we actually beat Air Force last year in that game, we probably would have made it to the NCAA tournament because we ended up being fourth place in the Mountain West Conference, and there were 6 teams that went to the conference, but we were not one of them, and we went to the NIT instead. And so you could look at that as a revenge game, and I would definitely say that could most certainly be. But it wasn't close at all, and that was another game where I didn't watch it um, because I was still so sick of the Rebels um, that I just didn't watch it, and plus because it wasn't really a close game at all, I just had other stuff to do, so I was just like, no, there's no reason for it. But anyways, and then and then uh we played or sorry, not Wyoming, Fresno State again, and that was where we ended up winning by one single point against Fresno State, and we were up by I think 13 or 14 points, and Fresno State went on like a 13-0 run, something crazy like that. We didn't score like okay, so the final score was 52 to 51. 52 points were the points that we scored. That was, I think, the lowest we've scored in a game this season when I'm looking at it. Yeah. I think the next lowest amount of points we scored was I'm trying to look at it. I think the lowest score we got was maybe against Dayton. When we faced Dayton, we scored 65 points. It's just ridiculous. 65 points, and we scored 65 against Creighton, 61 against Northwestern, 58 against Mississippi State. So 58 was the lowest in the game this season. That was against Mississippi State, which, by the way, they're ranked 21st in the country right now. However, that was not our lowest this season. Now it is against Fresno State, and I cannot believe it, but we won the game. Our offense was horrible, as you could tell. DJ Thomas, he couldn't really get it going. DJ Thomas had 7 points. Henley had 13, and Bedford had 13 as well. But Fresno State, uh, Collins, he wasn't that great. And Price was the only one that had double digits, which is insane. And that's where you look at it. Like, it wasn't that good of a game. It was just an ugly, ugly game. And we had 52 points at the end of the game. The final, we had 52 points. We had 50 points with like 6 minutes left or 8 minutes. And literally 7 minutes gone by, we did not score a single point. And Fresno State scored like 10 or 13. At the end of the half, Fresno State had only 20 points in a half. And that was the lowest they've ever had as a collegiate basketball team. And we were only up by 10 or something like that. I don't remember the exact number. I'm trying to look here. No, Fresno State scored 18 points. Correct me. They scored 18 points. We only had 8 more than them. We had 26 points at halftime. I mean, a high school basketball team could do better than them. That's just it's kind of disgraceful to say the least. But we ended up winning the game, and you know, you might hate me for saying this, but I have to say it. We found a way to win the game. Okay, yes, it wasn't the prettiest. We found a way to win the game. It might have been luck. I think it was luck. Henley found a way to get a rebound and got an and one. Of course, he missed a free throw. Fresno State, they couldn't make another basket. We ended up winning by 1. We could have won by 3 if DJ Thomas made his free throw or free throws. It could have been free throws, but he only had one because it was in the bonus and he missed his first one, obviously, because that's just typical DJ Thomas. I'm not saying that he's the worst player on the team. Obviously, he's the best player on the team, but your best player on the team should know how to make a free throw. Especially against Fresno State, who's 5-21 in the season. It's not like they have 15,000 people in attendance. They probably had like 3,000. And they're like 1-14, 1-15 on the season. So yeah, that's kind of sad. That is kind of sad. And I'm kind of sad. That's why I have not recorded in more than 3 weeks, almost a month now. I hope you guys can forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm deeply sorry. Even after a horrible loss, I will post something, some recording. And but anyways, that is the end of the section as far as it goes for the actual basketball games that went in place while I was gone. Now we go back to well, I'll talk about. So we have Colorado State. We play Colorado State at home February 22nd, this Saturday. Then at San Jose, then at home against Nevada, at home against San Diego State, and then at the pit to be there for New Mexico's senior night on March 7th. So that ends it for the actual Runnin' Rebel schedule and what they've been doing lately. Now I will talk about The Kings of Vegas. You might not want to know about it. You might not care about it at all. The Kings of Vegas, if you don't know, it is or it was a supposed movie or series, maybe a series, or I honestly don't even know because there was such little information given. However, if you just look up if you look up Kings of Vegas, just online, and you could probably put UNLV too. Just put UNLV Kings of Vegas. You will probably find something. And if it has Vegas and it's like maybe basketball, like a trophy or something, that's probably it. There is an advertisement about the movie. It's like a trailer, I guess. I still don't know if it's a movie or a series. I literally don't know. But anyways, they've been moving with it or trying they've been trying to produce it and trying to get it out there for they've been working on it. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I can't even talk. They've been working on it for so long. I think I saw something about it like I think it was 2023, like winter of 2023, maybe early 2024. And they just said coming soon. And so I'm like, oh, really? Really? Okay, well then I'll just watch it. Like it'll probably come out summer. I'll watch it summer and it's just going to be a great, like awesome, show. Like if you don't know about it, it's about the 1990 rebels and it, like everyone is coming in to talk about the 1990 Running Rebels and how it influenced uh, basketball today, and it's like the entire roster of the 1990. And then I think Coach K from Duke, well, he's not in Duke anymore, but anyways, he probably was when they started it. Yeah, it's been that long. But anyways, Coach K, he's retired now, but anyways, he's there too. He's going to be in that movie or series, whatever it is, in the show. And Kings of Vegas, uh, they said coming soon. That's December 10th, 2024. I mean, I could go back. Snoop Dogg's going to be on it. That was December 7th. I'm looking on Larry Johnson's Instagram page, and I mean, I have to go way back. This is September. This is August 2024. That's better. I'm looking at all of this. This is June 9th. I could go way back, but okay, here's where it is. Okay, it says coming soon, Kings of Vegas. This is January 31st, 2024. So it might be before that. Sorry, this is kind of boring. But anyways, here it is. Kings of Vegas. It's still going, and it is yeah. It got out with 2023 of November. That's what I said. That's what I said. Like late November, or I said like winter of 2023. That's when it was. It was December 8th, 2023. It's been more than a year, and they still haven't announced a date for it. It's sad, but like they have to announce it. Like if you want this to be a big hit or just a big powerful movie, and it actually gets some love and attention from not just Rebel fans, from people all over, you have to be good on your marketing. Like you can't like Larry Johnson only has 3,400 followers. Like you have to make your own account or you just find a way to post it somewhere else. This is the only reason I found it. Not everyone's gonna be able to see this. And the sad thing about it is I think they were saying, oh yeah, like Netflix hit us up and all this, and like they haven't said anything about it. Like Jimmy Kimmel's in there, uh, other celebrities are in there as well. Snoop Dogg, like I mentioned. It's a lot of people, a lot of big name people. I don't know how much money they paid them to do this. Maybe it was free. I don't know. Um, but oh my God, like I'm just out of words. Like, how do you mess up that bad? How do you mess up that bad that you don't say like even though a year, 12 month period, you could just say coming soon, 2026. I wouldn't even be mad. If I have to wait another like freaking year for it, I don't care. I literally would not care if it was 2026. At least I would know it would be in the span of 2026. I've waited for a year and 2 months, maybe 3 months. Um, and there's still nothing about it. And it's sad to me. But anyways, that's all I had to talk about. It was those two things. But, the first one's probably a lot more important to the average Running Rebel fan, but if you're a hardcore fan like me, maybe the second one is also kind of important as well. But anyways, that's all I have. Thank you, and I will see you after the next game, which is the 22nd against Colorado State.